Hello and welcome to UK Versus. Today I'm going to be talking about the Universe's website overhaul. What do I mean by the website overhaul? Well, overnight for EU and during the evening for NA and sometime during the afternoon for Oceania, it looks as though UVSgames.com website got itself a little bit of an update around many aspects of what is going on the website. So we can take a look at things like the organized play aspects. Now it's been completely updated with all the new points totals, the weekly play aspects. So we can now see how many points we're getting for local championships, how many points we're going to get for regionals, the World Championship point totals, as well as a bit more of a breakdown as to what Worlds is going to be. As we can see here, Day 1 hosts the majority of players, with some advancing to Day 2. Day 2 has the direct qualifiers joined by Day 1, having them fight it out for Day 3. And Day 3 is the final showdown to determine who is the winner. There isn't any indication as to what prizing will be, but we do see that there's going to be some apparently amazing prizing just for making it. And on top of the main event, there are many other activities, including a chance to earn your spot at Worlds 2026. So you can, just by attending Worlds of 2025, qualify for next year's Worlds, taking part in, I imagine, some event on Day 3 while other people are playing out. You get to then play in almost kind of a pseudo regional event with some of the best players who came to take part in Worlds. On top of that, we also got an update to the World Championships, but we can see that he won 2024 Worlds and who he played. Nick Reagan's character up there with who he won with. We got Kevin Broberg from 2022. No character card was offered there, so it's just a lovely picture of the man. And then it's a bit of a history of who won with what and when, as well as a picture of the character card that they then had made or are having made for winning that Worlds. Very cool. You can see there's Keenan Meadows. We got Andrew, Paul Bittner. Very, very nice system there where you can just have a look through and you can just see all the previous Worlds winners and the characters that they had made. This is a nod to the past of the game. One of the biggest updates is in the Learn to Play section. This is one I came across and I really do like it. So rather than just being a video or where to go and get a hold of a tutorial, it gives you a breakdown of the structure of pre-constructed decks. It gives you a breakdown on how to advance your journey as a player, starting with star decks, then progressing to clash decks, then progressing to challenger decks, and then progressing to booster packs and booster boxes. This is actually something I talked about a lot last year when they were talking about this system, and I was saying it should feel like a progression. It should feel like once you've got a handle on starters, you can then move on to clash, you can move on to challenge, you can move on to constructing your own deck. And my own deck building video that I've put up talked about that in its aspects of like how to progress as kind of like a Sun Jinwoo level up system. No experience you get with a starter will aid you when you go to Clash, but if you try to go to Clash before you're ready, it can get confusing, especially with challenges which introduce assets and actions, which a lot of people struggle with because they're not part of the starter or demo. This brings me nicely onto my next point, card types. We actually have a breakdown of the card types with the terms of character, foundation, explain what the foundations do, attacks, going more into what the attacks and what they are, assets, highlighting that they cannot be committed to past checks, very important, talking about the variety of effects, just a quick brief breakdown as to what the cards do, actions again, actions, for an action that says enhance can be played during enhance. I had to put a whole video up because people were getting quite confused, and this is great to see breakdown here. Then we have backups and relating to shift, and then at the bottom, just a nice little official Learn to Play video. Find a community for you through the UGN store aspects, and then also an access to the alternative interactive tutorials, a link to discard, and a how to play guide. This for a new player, for an onboarding player coming on from AOT, TMNT, Heroes of Exandria. They are going to look at this. It's going to be a much simple, easy breakdown that is more bite-sized and at a reading level, rather than sitting there watching someone play and explain the cards. Being able to read it, process it, then watch the video, then take part in the interactive. This is a great choice, but it wouldn't be UVS if we didn't get a little bit of a sneaky peek into the future through what has gone down in UVS through these updates. So we did get, if we go to the universes, it has been updated. It is now no longer those My Hero cards. It is no longer those cards that we saw with like leading into with the old tagline. We've now got the Challenger Series Here's Alexandria, My AOT Apocalypse. And what's that behind me? Yes, we have got a first look at one of the characters of Attack on Titan Apocalypse. Mikasa Ackerman, Hizuru's Hope, I think that's how it's pronounced. 5 hand size, 35 health, air and death with enhanced reveal 1 weapon card. This tag is plus X damage. X equals the revealed card's block modifier. And enhanced sacrifice 1 foundation, draw 2 cards. Now this is a 5-hander. You're not going to be able to utilize this ability to sacrifice foundations and draw lots of cards early without putting yourself at a bit of a deficit. Unless there were cards like, say, Lightning Rod or Colossal Sword, a lot of these other cards that just let you build in foundations for free that are going to disappear at the end of the turn. You know, if cards like that existed, yeah, you know, it basically goes, oh, build these in, commit them, and then also sack them to draw some extra cards to actually build in foundations you want. This is a very cool character. Until we see the rest of the set, not too impressed as the impact they'll have competitively. But I think they will be a very solid character, a lot of fun, and it's just great to kind of see this update to the universe side, that it's no longer the MHA CCG, that it's no longer all about My Hero. We're expanding into the universes, and the universe's front site now more incorporates that, and we're getting to see a lot more of the other aspects that are coming into this game, because we have access to all these other cards that we can also hear with the alt arts being shown off the walls of characters. We can see the Jester, Prankster Princess there. We can see a lot of the... there's not really any hex here, so this is a bit of an older image, but it's still got showing the depth of this game as to where it was when it was just MHA. Aspects of the community finding stars, expanding as an introduction to UVS. Immediately going into scheduled play, very cool. And then we have access to basically taking a look at the upcoming stuff, and then we can cycle through, and then we got the top, so cycle to the top. That's fun. And I hope this gets updated as we go along, because we can kind of see Lower Decks was the last one out of these to go through, so it's kind of a progressive thing. So maybe when we get closer, once we get past Attack on Titan Apocalypse, this will change to TMNT or whatever the next future thing is, because we've seen the cell products, we've seen the boosters and like the boxes and how the pre-release kits are going to look for TMNT. We haven't actually had the license added to the licensing part yet, and I keep checking this. It has been updated, so it's in order. Attack on Titan hasn't been updated with Apocalypse. Critical Role has now been updated, which is very cool. But the last thing I wanted to talk about was another article that came out yesterday, which is on about casual events. So if people have been paying attention to the channel, you'll know I put a video up about the changes to the point system coming in on Monday, and my opinions on that. If you want to go and see that, that's fine. I'm not going to rehash those points here. But it looks like it's a tutorial and a way for people to grind points a little bit easier. And although it's not the biggest reward for points, which kind of sucks, it is a way for you to earn points quickly, consistently, and get a cheeky 20 points for playing with friends. So quick play events are casual events. These are ways you can play with friends. You can treat them competitive if you want, but you just go to UGN events, you go to create event, and then you go to event name, universes player, put your name in there, and then you publish the event, and this quick play event will net all players who take part 10 points, and you can do that twice a week. So if you're just doing some testing with friends, if you're just playing on your kitchen table, if you've got a few people and you're just having some fun doing a pickup draft, doing just some locals testing, or you're just having some fun with a few friends, and you've got, actually, we could earn points for this, do it. And by making it into an event that's on UGN, people can see it. They can see the previous stuff. It makes UVS aware of who is playing what where. One of the biggest things I have been talking about for the majority of this year, as it is now, is the local store infrastructure. Now, this is a great way for us to highlight to UVS where local game store support should be going. If you are in Canada, if you're in Oceania, if you are in the middle of nowhere rurally, but you've got 10 people turning up consistently to play at a casual quick play event, UVS might go, well, the math shows, the data shows this small group that's only getting 10 points, 20 points a week are able to have 8, 10 players show up. Why aren't they in a store? Let's find them a store. Let's go onto UGN. Let's go onto the maps. Let's find a store near them and go, we know you have players in your area. What can we do to get those players from the kitchen table and into your store? And that is great here. It's kind of great virtual signaling. By us showing UVS where the players are, we can then kind of expect or anticipate support, because by publishing into UGN where these casual events are and how big they are, it lets UGN know where the game's being played but not being supported. And that is huge. That is something that would need to be addressed, because if you've got 20 players in the middle of a field in Kansas playing this game, but there's 2 stores within a, say, hour drive of that field, but neither of those stores are playing the game, why not? You have 10 players. You have enough players to consistently fire events, but why aren't the stores running it? And then when you go, okay, we've been running these events for a while, why isn't UVS doing something? And you can open that conversation, you can open that dialogue. It gives us another route that we can take the fight to the stars and take the fight to UVS to get these under-supported, underappreciated areas some representation. I didn't mean to come into this video and immediately drag it back to we need more stars playing this game, but hey, apparently I'm just on a bit of a tirade with that in a minute. But ideally, the thing that most people are watching this video for, the thing that most people care about this video is AOT 3. Spoilers have come in. Most people have probably seen this already, but check it out. What do you guys think? Do you think that Mikasa will see some competitive play? I think Saka Foundation, draw 2 cards on a symbol which is able to generate lots of foundations and has rewards for sending stuff to your discard during the enhanced step or the combat phase is nuts. Being able to destroy a card, being able to destroy enormous acts and go, cool, I'll build one back in and draw 2 cards is a little bit nutty. Being able to flip weapons clash and go, I'll sacrifice this committed foundation, draw 2 cards, again, a little bit nutty. That just says flip, draw 2 cards. You can see one come out. I like this. I think this is a decent 5-hander, and it has damage on face, and you can keep drawing cards like this. It plays these 3 block modifier weapons very well, because you just get to keep pumping damage onto them. Another weapons dagger deck, another walk the dog deck. You love to see it, and I'm very excited to see where else is going to be within this set, and if we're going to have this running theme of revealing your information for power and sacrificing your resources to progress your game states. That's very Attack on Titan, and I'm very excited to see how we wrap up this trilogy of sets before we kind of get onto the next major IP of TMNT. We got a lot of eyes on this game at the minute, and it's great to see that this update's come to this website quite quickly, as these eyes now come from Facebook, Reddit, X, Blue Sky, wherever critters and Attack on Titan fans are seeing this game. You can now get hold of this information and have it very easily digestible. I'll catch you all on the next one, and I'll hopefully see you all at game night. Bye.